now comes the hard part, guys. For this last cohort of startups, the second session, tell me, which one did you give the highest score to? What score did you give it to, and why? So in session 2, we had GatherEducation, which was connect in a 3D world. Penyo Pal, which was learn Mandarin in a fun way. LearnStreet. No. Timbuktu and Launchpad Toys. Which one was your favorite?
I had 3 ties on my sheet.
That's okay, yeah.
Gather, and I'll just try to pick one after talking this through. Gather, No, and Launchpad. No, I've seen before. And
yeah, No's way far ahead, and we brought them.
So I'm going to give them a little minus just because they've had more time.
You can leave No out of it, yeah, sure.
And I think
they're way far ahead.
In terms of this conference as an education conference, I want to help teachers more than help consumers. I think I'm going to go with Gather.
Yeah. You really like that? Why did you like it?
Because that lets a teacher teach to a wider audience. One of my rules in life is to try to get more scale out of every minute I spend doing something. In other words, instead of just sending you an email, send you a Facebook so other people can see it, add on to it, become more scalable. Teaching in an online context like this makes the teacher more scalable, possibly can have a bigger impact on the world. And therefore, I'm hopeful that the world moves to this kind of education, and I thought it was very unique.
And you picked in session 1 Joy Tunes, was it, as your favorite? What was your session
Launchpad. I'm sorry, my first session, you mean?
Yeah, session 1 you picked.
Always Prepped, yeah.
Oh, Always Prepped, right.
Yeah, but again, it's really hard to choose. They were all really good companies.
Who did you like, Stefan?
I was also on Gather, actually. I think, especially if you read about all the stuff that people are doing in the space, Peter Thiel and Vivek obviously talks about this a lot as well in his columns, and the cost of college is outrageous. We need new methods to teach large amounts of people useful and interesting things, and so I really enjoyed the Gather, especially given the current state of the art in online teaching, which is fairly terrible.
Right, it seemed like it was a leap forward.
I thought
even though it still has a long way to go.
Absolutely,
we'd all admit.
Yeah, but it felt the most natural that I've seen, but LearnStreet also was a top one for me as well. So.
Great, Christine.
Well, I mean, for obvious reason that I would say Timbuktu, but putting them aside,
putting Timbuktu, you have to take them out.
Yeah, I have to take them out. So I actually really liked Penyo Pal, and I think the demo with Alejandro helped clinch that because it's very easy to hear the pitch on stage and say, "Oh, kids love this," but actually seeing that was really helpful.
Yeah, it was pretty clear he enjoyed.
Yeah,
you weren't faking it. No, you liked it. Yeah, okay.
but yeah, I really like that one.
Awesome. Alan?
I had a tie between Timbuktu and Launchpad Toys. I like the creativity in both of them in different ways. So,
and both, what's interesting about your choices, both of those were perhaps amongst the most well-designed we've seen today.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And design is a major driver.
It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
I'm just as a comment on the GatherEducation, I'm not as... I mean, it seems very gimmicky to have the Connect feature, but I'm a big fan of actually having the person there. If you had a full screen person walking around.
A hologram of them.
A hologram of them.
Yeah.
That would do it for
me.
me.
I think with the Connect, you can put your face on an avatar
we
now,
can
so I don't think they've just gotten there. But if your face was on there...
I'm talking about a full body, just the person walking through Greece and the person virtually being there in the holodeck. That's way more interesting.
Yeah, Gather was particularly impressive and got you really thinking, didn't it? Vivek?
Just my problem is the first time I've been to a conference where I liked everything.
Yeah.
I've never had this experience before.
Let me tell you,
brutal and crooked. I mean, look, check my tweets.
Yeah.
I was even saying that this is a first-time experience for me.
Well, let me just say for 1 second, I have to have 3 folks stand up for 1 second.
Yeah.
Kroot in the back, Megan on the side, raise your hand, and Karen, stand up. These guys make me look really smart. They sat through 180 presentations, organized them for 45 minutes each. Big round of applause. And then we actually wound up picking 35 or 36 companies. 5 of them didn't want to do 10 of them didn't want to do the rehearsals. Last week we had all of them fly to Los Angeles to do a full day of rehearsals. They had to give up, and it was a 10-hour day where every one of these companies sat and rehearsed with the others. And they had to sit through 29 other presentations, and it was mandatory. So we actually dropped 5 companies who didn't think that the rehearsal was worth their time, and we gave the slots to 5 other people. And Tyler Crowley, stand up, Tyler, who's been my partner in crime for 5 launch events, including TechCrunch 50, and he helped them prepare. And these presentations you're seeing come after 3 rounds of rehearsal. So,
Jason, I've got to give you credit also that the way you treat your entrepreneurs here, the way you run the conference, I give you an A+ for it. I mean, I tweeted that as well. That normally you go to these tech conferences in the Valley, they're not for entrepreneurs. Basically, they're for the egos of the people who put the conferences together. But here you're treating people well, and you've got a great set of companies. It's a good, warm conference. So I congratulate you for doing this.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you, Vivek. Honestly, I feel like over the last 5 years of doing these conferences, it's been really a privilege, I know for my team and for myself and also the judges, to watch people like Dropbox, Mint, PowerSet, and Microsoft's been supporting me since the beginning, both BizSpark and Bing. So hey, one big round of applause for Microsoft again for supporting us. I can't tell you, these things cost a lot of money to do. We do them basically at a break even. Some of the events we lose a little bit of money on, and some of them we make a little bit of money on. And the launch business is set up as like essentially a break even venture for me. But without Microsoft giving me the space and putting the food up, I couldn't have done this event literally. It would have been another $100,000 in cost, and we wouldn't have done it. So, Vivek, with all that Love Fest out of the way, big hug. Which one did you like best in this session?
I don't know.
And you sat through the last session, and so you got to give me your one for last session as well. So, you can think out loud with me. Go ahead. Tell me which ones you liked.
I'll do Penyo Pal because I was so impressed with what the kid learned from it. So I have to give them the edge, the unfair advantage.
Okay. Totally unfair advantage, but give me the next one. Who was your second place?
Well,
or close second?
Well, I'll have to give you Marshall Tuck's review here. He gave Playtell and Always Prep both 9s out of 10.
Right.
So he
did you see the first whole group?
Yeah, I was here, but this is
which one did you like though at the first group? Since you were here, Joy Tunes, Playtell, Always Prep.
I didn't make enough notes on that.
Okay, Jose, who was your?
I'm not normally like this.
Who was your second place? Yeah, who was your second place in session 2?
Pretty brutal. You're being too nice.
In session 2, which was your second place after Penyo Pal?
For me, first of all, the same comment. Everybody did an amazing job. I would say it was 3. It was Launchpad, Timbuktu, and Penyo Pal. Penyo Pal 24, Timbuktu Labs 25, Launchpad 29. I don't know if I'm doing the math right. You're supposed to add them up, right?
No, not at all. But that's okay. No, are we supposed to add them up?
There's an overall column. Oh, you mean on this? Oh,
which one did you like best? Tell me which one you like best.
Does somebody have math programs? I think Launchpad.
Yeah. I would give Launchpad very high rankings also without hesitation.
Yeah. That was incredibly well done. Yeah. Okay. Let's hear it for our judges.